This is First Corinthians 13 and 11. And it says, when I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. I like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostle elders, a great millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shatir from the Chicago camp coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And this is just a response to a video that a brother wanted us to do. And it was a video that he saw by Kevin Samuels. Now, if you all are not familiar with Kevin Samuels, he's like I don't want to say he's the head guy, but he's the guy that's right now getting the most attention as far as it pertains to Crimson Capsule, Manosphere, MGTOW, like personality. You know, like he's like I said, the guy that's in the forefront the most. I mean, you got other people out there like Black Rom 313, Alpha Male Strategies. I think it's like Secrets 33, Coach Greg Adams, Donovan Sharp, Fresh and Fit. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. But he's like the one that's in the forefront right now. And a video that he did was basically getting into this mentality that you can't screw your way to manhood, because even when I was growing up, you know, you would hear older guys. And when I mean older guys, you're talking about when you're 10, 12 years old, an older guy was probably by like 18, 19. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, back in the days, you would hear stories like, oh, shoot, man, you need to get you some girls. Or you would hear guys say to, boy, man, you ain't nothing. I get more girls than you. I get more pussy. Man, I got some pussy lined up for me today, man. And when you're young, without any guidance, you would perceive that that's what makes a man. Now, men can do this, but nobody explains responsibility. Nobody explains discipline. Okay, so you grow up being 16, 17, 18, 28, 38, because you still got guys out there that are like this, all right, that think that the more women that they have sex with, the more that makes them a man, because it gives off the essence of being attractive or wanted or belonging, you know, highly desired. Okay. And these are not things that make up a man. It's actually a very childish mentality. And that's why I read the First Corinthians 13th chapter. And I'm going to read it again. In the 11th verse, it says, when I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child. Okay. Thinking that, okay, the more women I sleep with, that's what makes me a man. But it says when I became a man, I put away childish things. And how does one become a man? Through these scriptures, by obtaining knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, as Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai dictates. Not how the world dictates, but as the Lord dictates. That's why when you go to Proverbs 1, it says, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man, knowledge and discretion. Okay? So when you come into this truth, when you start learning and understanding and knowing how to apply this wisdom that the Lord gives to you, you realize that what the world told you as far as being a man and sleeping with a whole bunch of women, you know that that's nonsense. Okay? You learn that what truly makes a man is this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Bible, his integrity, his character. The type of man that he wants to be for the Lord, the brotherhood, and his family. That's what dictates a man. Not how many times he can put his rod into a chick. All right? Any guy can put his rod into a chick. The scripture says, man, that a chick will open up her quiver to anything. What's that in Ecclesiastes? Uh Let me do she open. And when that is true, because in this day it shows that all you need is a little bit of cash, as some chick's going. It may not be the one you want, but some chick is going. Ecclesiastic is sometimes referred to as a Sirach 26 and 12. It says, she will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver, the kitty, against every earl. I mean that a chick she'll have sex with any dude. All right? And if that's the case, if a man's standard is dictated and his character is dictated, or should I say the level of his masculinity and manhood is dictated by how many women he can have sex with, when any woman will give a guy sex, that's not saying too much. A true man is one that excels in the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and excels at putting it to its practical application in everyday life. All right. As it says in the those who strive for the mastery are temperate in all things. Okay. 1 Corinthians 9 and 25. And it says, and every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible, right? Every man that striveth for the mastery, to be perfect or to be very good at something or the best at what he can possibly be, is temperate in all things, has self-control. Meaning that you don't have to go around and be the kitty slayer of Armageddon. I mean, you don't have to do that. All right, that just shows you have poor impulse control. Whenever you got the urge and you need to go, that's what you do. You just go and do it. It makes you no better than an animal. Because a man who has self-control knows that, hey, you know what? All I've been doing is having sex with chicks. I done had sex 3 days in a row. I'm going to chill out, because a man of understanding knows when you get with a chick, it takes some form of money, energy, attention, and time. Okay. And if your money, energy, attention, and time are constantly revolving around getting pussy, then that takes away from other things. Okay. When you have sex, you get drained. It's hard to be on your grind and get money and do the things that you need to do if your body is constantly drained of its energy. Okay. How are you going to get ahead as far as saving up money to start a business or help the brotherhood if your money is going toward bitches all the time? See, a man with self control knows that, as the scripture says, just because it's lawful does not mean that it's beneficial. And let me get that. Uh, I believe it calls it expedient, though. It would help to spell expedient right. I believe that's in the New Testament, 1 Corinthians 6 and 12. And it says, all things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. Right? Just because you can do it doesn't mean that it's beneficial, because if you get with all these chicks and you bust a nut, okay, what else have you done? How did that make you a better man? How did that improve your situation of salvation? How did that uh, uh, cover a multitude of sins? How did that help the brotherhood? How did that help you be able to pay your rent or get out of a jam? And the thing is, you still have this mentality today where that's what guys perceive is uh, manhood. And this is why we have a lot of the situations that we have in this world where guys are just recklessly slinging dick around, catching STDs, having multiple chicks by different women. Now, not that that's a bad thing, but as we said, you have to have knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of it. Dealing with women, and if you're going to deal with multiple women and have multiple children by different women, somebody has to tell you or tell a man that that is a lot of responsibility. You need a lot of patience, a lot of discipline, a lot of money, and a whole lot of other things that we could talk about. Okay. And if you call yourself trying to be a man of the Lord, you know you don't have time for that. Hell, even niggas in the world who are not men of the Lord don't have time for it. And they not even doing the work. So how much more you? I mean, don't get me wrong. As men, hey man, there's nothing like being with uh a beautiful chick that turns you on and you want to get your rocks off. All right. There's nothing better. But I mean, outside this truth, of course. But you know, as the scripture says, there's a time and a place under the heavens and the sun for everything. There's a time and place for everything. And eventually there has to become a time, as we read, where once you stop behaving like a child, all right, you need to grow up and be a man. A man that the Lord can look upon and say that, hey, this guy did his best. Okay, he picked up that plow. He bared his cross for me, sacrificing the world for my name's sake. That's what it's all about. This worldly mentality needs to stay where it is in the world. So that's all I wanted to say on that. Just hopefully a quick response to the Kevin Samuels video. I hope you all ratified. Until the next time, we're going to say shalom.